So this is probably going to be my final installment in my Breathing Through It series. Breathing has become such an important part of my own life. I've spent so much time in my life studying breathing and using breathing in my own unique way to develop it as a way of life, because I found that breathing is really one of the most fundamental connections that we have to life itself, really. Breathing is really just energy. That's what it is. It determines the rhythm in our lives. It determines so much of our physiology and our psychology. Once we begin to observe our breathing and breathe correctly in a way that sort of resonates with us, and we all may have slightly different ways of breathing, we can build a relationship with our breathing that can literally breathe us into good health, into good relationships, into positive emotions. I'd like you to become the observer of your breath, the watcher, so that you can allow your breath to really guide you. Your breath is what keeps you alive. When you stop breathing, you stop living in this physical body. It's almost like the most direct connection from the spiritual to the physical. And it's often ignored, although it is the very cornerstone of mindfulness practices throughout the ages. I even still use it in modern mindful practices that I do. But these days it's no longer a set of rules that you have to follow during meditation. It can literally be something that you pick up and do right throughout the day, whether you're at work, whether you're exercising, whether you're reading a book. At even any given moment, you can observe your breath and see exactly how you feel. And just by observing your breath, you'll be amazed at the transformation that you can go through, especially emotionally, by simply allowing your breath to guide you. You become the observer and you allow the breath to guide you. It's very subtle. There is a relationship between you and your breathing. And the more you use it, the more you play with it, the more you practice with it, you'll discover that breathing sets you free. It adds a whole new dimension into your powers of intuition, your powers of rhythmic living, going with the flow. It guides you, it teaches you, it calms you down, it clears your mind. I use it mostly for intense emotions, when I feel a little bit of anger, or I feel a little bit of confusion, or I feel scattered. I use my breathing as a focal point to help me get into calm. When I feel a little bit depressed, I find my breathing helps me less, because I'm still developing that relationship with my breathing. But most things in my life I've managed to breathe through. Maybe I've done something that, or said something that has upset me, and I can go back to my breathing and allow it to harmonize me, because it's about the focus that it brings. It's a focal point. There are many other connections that you can use. In fact, infinite number of natural connections that exist. Breathing is just one of the easiest ones because it's readily available to you, and it's usually the quickest point of focus that you have. I hope that breathing through it will become a way of life for you, just as calmness will become a way of life for you through life's storms. And I'd like to thank my sister for reminding me before I started this series of videos. By her t-shirt, her Just Breathe t-shirt, which is always a reminder, no matter what your situation, stop, take a step back and watch your breathing. If you're tense, you can sense it in your breathing. And as soon as you observe it, your breathing will guide you back into harmony. Emotionally, physically, psychologically. Breathing is really the most fundamental, one of the greatest connections you have. And it is ready and available on tap for you to use. I hope that you'll use all of these guidelines as long as create some of your own to making breathing through it one of the major connections in your life. It will bring you incredible transformation, incredible peace, harmony, and focus, mindfulness into your life. I am the Enspirer. Always remember that you are naturally a connected being. All you need to do is remain connected. And most importantly, always, always, always keep the love alive.